A few years ago, I traveled to Senegal for a conference. Unfortunately, I forgot a few items that I needed for that trip. But luckily, there was the convenience store next to the hotel that I had lodged in, and so I decided to go there and get the items that I needed. When I got to the store, I realized that the storekeeper didn't speak English. Senegal is a French speaking country, so I wasn't really surprised. However, I didn't speak French then, and so it was really difficult to communicate and let him know what I needed. And anybody who knows how convenience stores operate in Africa, it's not like the normal supermarkets that you can walk in, select what you want, and just go pay for it. There are some items that only the storekeeper knows where they are hidden. So it was really difficult to really communicate what I wanted to buy. And for 10 minutes, the storekeeper and I were just looking at each other. We didn't know, he didn't know how to really understand what I wanted or, assist me. And I also didn't know how to describe what I wanted to him. So in the end, I went back to the hotel and tried to speak with the receptionist to see if he could assist me by buying the things for me. Unfortunately, it was early morning and he couldn't also leave the reception because people will be coming in and there was nobody to really run that errand for me. So I had to wait until there was somebody to go get those items for me. This story that I just shared with you is an example of how the existing barriers in education can affect our daily lives. In the case of young children, especially those between 0 and 8 years, who we expose to early childhood education, do not have the proper language development and communication skills to understand, to receive information, and to communicate with their caregivers, teachers, and even parents and families. This is why it is important that we introduce children or young children, especially in the early years, to a second language of communication that is not verbal. Because a lot of children in the early years are now nurturing and developing their language and communication skills. All children love to communicate. All children want to be understood. But if we take children to a school system that does not have an inclusive language setting, how can we impact the knowledge and education that these young children need? That is why our work in introducing and bringing national sign languages to the early years school system is not only to enable deaf children access equal and quality education, but also this approach is to bridge the existing gaps that both deaf and hearing children have in the early years. Training teachers in language development and inclusive communication skills is also essential in sustaining the work that we do. There's a lot of work to be done from training teachers and caregivers, including creating awareness and education on the importance of bringing national sign languages into our early years programs and improving the overall language development and communication skills pedagogy for young children. So if you're a parent or early years educator and you're looking for ways to improve and support the language needs and communication skills of the young children that you engage, I'll encourage you to look at the language development and inclusive communication course, free course actually, that we have on our website, just to learn a few things that you can carry along your journey as a preschool teacher.